Welcome back to 6 Minute Math, where we turn confusion into clarity 6 minutes at a time. Thank you for joining us today as we talk about multiplying and dividing integers. 6 minutes goes by quickly, so here we go. Our key points for multiplying and dividing integers are to follow the rules that we have. A positive times a positive is going to result in a positive. I'm going to use the English language to help me with these examples. The phrase "you can do this," can is positive, do is positive, resulting in a positive sentence. However, if I have a positive times a negative, it will result in a negative answer. Can is positive, not is negative, resulting in this negative sentence. You cannot do this. If I have a negative times a positive, I am also going to result in a negative. Grammatically incorrect, but still makes sense. You not can do this. Not is the negative. Can do is the positive, resulting in a negative sentence. Lastly, if I have a negative and a negative though, negative times a negative, it will result in a positive. If we think of the English language, this double negative of can't not cancels each other out, resulting in the phrase "you can do this," which is a positive statement. So let's use this as we do some examples. We're going to evaluate -8 times +5. We have a negative times a positive, which means my result will be negative. And I have 8 times 5 is 40 for a final result of -40. What if I evaluate 42 divided by -7? Our rules follow for multiplying or dividing. I have a positive times a negative, which means it will result in a negative. And then 42 divided by 7 is 6. So -6 is the answer. Let's evaluate +6 times +3. I have a positive number times a positive number, which is going to result in a positive number, and 6 times 3 is 18. Let's evaluate -20 divided by 4. I have a negative divided by a positive, meaning my result is going to be negative. And 20 divided by 4 is 5, resulting in -5. How about if we evaluate -11 times -4? In this case, I have a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative will result in a positive number. And 11 times 4 is 44. Let's evaluate +8 times -9. I have a positive times a negative. A positive times a negative results in a negative. And 8 times 9 is 72. Let's evaluate -105 divided by 15. -15. I have a negative divided by a negative. That tells me my result is going to be positive. And 105 divided by 15 is 7. Let's evaluate three integers being multiplied together. In my first case, I have a negative times a positive. This will result in the negative number. So I'm going to combine my negative 2 times positive 7. And my result is going to be negative 2 times 7 is 14. And then I still need to multiply that by negative 4. At this point, I have a negative times a negative, meaning my result will be a positive, and 14 times 4 is 56. On to our last example here. We're going to evaluate positive 4 times negative 9 divided by positive 6. In my numerator, I have positive 4 times negative 9. That's a positive times a negative, which will result in a negative 36. And that will be divided by positive 6 still. Now in this case, I have a negative times a positive, negative 36 and positive 6. And that will result in a negative answer. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Those are all the examples we have today for multiplying and dividing integers. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 6Minute Math, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below for any topic you want to see me tackle in a future 6-minute episode. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math, so keep on practicing, and until next time, keep solving and evolving.